Good morning, sir. Today's second article is on just closure. The focus must be on advocate compensation for families of fishermen killed by marines. So, two fishermen were killed by marines, and it is said that they have to get equal compensation, means proper payment for them, uh, if for their families, so that they can live nicely because they have damaged marines have damaged their properties and much more. It may seem pragmatic to keep any pending litigation alive until all dues relating to it are paid and all legal issues are settled. So it is practical or realistic. It must It may seem practical or realistic to keep a pending litigation. Litigation means process of taking legal action or lawsuit. So process of taking legal action alive until all dues, means all the problems related to this are paid, all the costs are paid, and all legal issues are settled. Legally issues are settled, are completely done. It's a realistic way. However, it is somewhat puzzling that the Supreme Court of India has said it would keep the Italian Marines case alive until hefty and adequate compensation is paid by Italy for the killing of two fishermen by its Marines on February 15, 2012. So the Supreme Court of India have declared that they will keep the Italian Marines case alive, means on to going on until there is a hefty and aggregate compensation, means hefty, heavy, bulk or proper compensation is paid by the Italy for killing the two persons, mm, or two fishermen by the Marines on February 15, 2012. The court has indicated that it would not allow the closure of the trial until such compensation is is paid. So the court have indicated that they would not allow the closure of trial until compensation is paid. And it has ordered that the families of the victims be heard on this matter. So, and also court have said that these fishermen families have to be active for justice for them. Once the union government has declared that it would abide by the ruling of the permanent court of arbitration, shortly known as PCA, at the Hague, which granted immunity to the Marines and favored Italy as the appropriate jurisdiction where they could be tried for the crime. It does not seem proper to delay the process of bringing closure to the matter. So, once the union government has declared the whenever the union government will declare that the they will accept for the ruling of PCA at Hagium, which have granted immunity to the Marines, acceptance to the Marines, favored appropriate investigation to try for the crime. So it does not seem proper to delay this process. For one thing, the PCA and arbitral tribunal that adjudicates disputes under the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, shortly known as UNCLOS, has itself ruled that India is entitled to compensation for loss of life, physical term, material damage to property, and moral harm suffered by the captain and crew members of ST Anthony, the fishing vessel involved, and mandated negotiations on the quantum. So, for one thing, the PCA and Arbitral tribunal means relating to arbitral means relating to use of arbiter to settle a dispute, means mediator to settle a dispute, and tribunal is a court of justice. So the mediator to settle a dispute, court of justice that adjudicates means judges disputes under the United Nations Conventions of Law of the Sea, shortly known as UNCLOS, has itself ruled that India is entitled to compensation, means they have to get compensation for loss of life and materials. Second, it hardly needs emphasis that the pendency of the matter in court should not become a bargaining point that delays the reaching of a fair settlement. So the pendency, the remainance means like state of being pending or awaiting. There should be no waiting of matter, and there should not be bargaining point that delays reaching for the fair settlements of these farmer fisherman families. Continuing hearings may also be seen as India being reluctant to cease all criminal proceedings against the Marines as per the ruling. So the continuous hearings have said that they will cease all the criminal proceedings against the Marines as per the ruling. The courts resolve to obtain adequate and hefty compensation for the family of victims is welcome, though it would be difficult to have judicial determination of what quantum would satisfy these requirements. So the court will have wanted adequate and hefty compensation for the families who were affected, and they do not know what quantum would satisfy these requirements. The center may have approached the top court for formal permissions to close the pending trial proceedings as a matter of abundant caution. So the center have approached the topmost court of formal permission for this pending trial proceedings, matter of abundant action means a large precaution. But as far as the law goes, it could have approached the trial court itself through the public prosecutor for withdrawal from prosecution under section 321 of the CRPC. So instead of going that much far, you can be approached to the trial court with the help of public prosecutor and withdraw from prosecutions under section 301 of CRPC. Too many legal tangles have already caused enough diplomatic rupture in the progressions of Enrica Lexi St. Anthony case since 2012. So there were many legal tangles. Tangles means what we'll say that tangles means problems. So many problems which are not till now satisfied or cleared. So there were enough diplomatic ruptures, means diplomacy means a concern of a skill. This rupture in the progression of Enrica Lexi St. Anthony case since 2012. This case was going on from 2012, and this case now has so many problems which are not solved till now. Article 253 of the Constitution, which says Parliament may enact a law to give effect to any international treaty or convention, has been cited to argue that in view of the arbitral court finding on jurisdiction being in conflict with the Supreme Court's ruling in 2013 that the Union government alone can try the case, a law may be needed before the trial is closed. So, according to the Article 253 of the Constitution, the Parliament may make a law to give effect to the international treaty of convention according to treaty or protocol. Has been stated that argue a view of arbitral courts finding the jurisdiction to conflict with the Supreme Court ruling in 2013. The Union government alone can try this case, but a law may be needed before the trial is closed. Law is needed. This is just needle quibbling as the conflict has ceased after India agreed to abide by the tribunal ruling in keeping with its obligations under UNCLOs. So this is just needles means raising objections over trivial matters as the conflicts have ceased stopped after India agreed to have accepted by the tribunal ruling means a court of justice for that rule under UNCLOs. So they are raising objections on this. India's focus should now be on negotiating for compensation and ensuring a purpose criminal trial in Italy. So India's focus should be on getting compensation from them and ensuring a purposive criminal trial of them. So today's second article is on the disaster taken place in 2012 in February 15th, in which Italy's marine have killed two people from India, and this court is going on from 2012, and what steps are taken by the government or courts according in this case is given in today's article. Thank you.